Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank all of you in attendance today. My name is Eric Rohr, and I'm the Industry Manager for Healthcare in the Avient Color and Additives Division. I've been involved in the life sciences industry for over 20 years, including medical device polymers, pharmaceutical excipients, and drug delivery combination devices. Joining me today is Ryan Divins. Ryan is a lead research and development specialist, also within Avient's Color and Additives Division. He has extensive experience developing color and additive solutions for the thermoplastics industry across many market segments, including healthcare, industrial, and consumer applications. Today, we are going to discuss some of the past, present, and future regulations as they apply to pharmaceutical packaging. We will provide an overview of USP 661, as well as the changes that will be implemented beginning December 2025. Further, we will outline some of the new testing protocols of USP 661.1 and 661.2 and how they differ from the existing USP 661. Finally, Ryan and I will present some of Avient's solutions to address the changing USP 661.1 and .2 regulations. Let's get started, shall we? Minimizing risk in pharmaceutical packaging. Why is this important? USP 661 refers to a set of analytical standards developed by the U.S. Pharmacopoeia to help ensure the safety of a variety of health-related products composed of and/or packaged in plastic containers. These products will include pharmaceuticals, biologics, dietary supplements, and drug delivery devices. In 2016, USP expanded the analytical standards in Chapter 661 to further support packaging safety. As a background, USP 661.1, entitled Plastic Materials of Construction, introduces more rigorous standards and testing to demonstrate that polymer raw materials are well characterized and suitable for intended use. In a similar fashion, USP 661.2, entitled Plastic Packaging Systems for Pharmaceutical Use, focuses on the product's full polymer packaging system. This includes the primary packaging that comes in contact with the active pharmaceutical ingredient, as well as any relevant secondary packaging. Through our considerable experience in regulatory compliant polymer analysis, we are also able to provide guidance on the chemical safety assessments required in expanded guidance chapters USP 1663, assessment of extractables associated with pharmaceutical packaging delivery systems, and 1664, assessing of drug product leachables associated with pharmaceutical packaging delivery systems. What is materials assessment for intended use? There are 5 main attributes we must keep in mind for this application. These include 1, identity of the pharmaceutical material. 2, biological reactivity. 3, general properties. 4, potential extractable elements. And finally, 5, composition in the packaging. This includes any additives used. The purpose of 661 is to provide standards for plastic articles, materials, components, and systems used to package medicinal articles, as mentioned earlier, pharmaceuticals, biologics, and dietary supplements. There are a number of testing procedures identified here. Many of these tests are part of USP 87, revolving around high-risk materials and byproducts. What is changing? Initially, USP 661 was only valid until end of 2016. Then USP revised to May 1st, 2020, and is now deferred to December 1st, 2025. Please keep in mind, this is only relevant for new products or modifications. What do these USP 661 changes mean for packaging systems already in use or commercially available? The purpose of 661.1 is to increase the likelihood that a packaging system will be suitable for use by providing data about its materials of construction, whereas the purpose of 661.2 is to establish that the packaging system is suitable for use. The new changes will only affect packaging systems which have not yet gained regulatory approval for use with a to-be marketed pharmaceutical. If the package system is currently being used with a pharmaceutical product that is currently on the market, it does not require testing to the new requirements. However, in the case of modifications, if a new material has been introduced or a material has changed, then the packaging system will have to be retested. If the packaging system is changed in a way that does not alter its materials, then it does not need testing. In a subsequent slide, Ryan will discuss the 8 extractable elements to be taken out and how Avient will address them. This slide portrays the timeline and history of USP 661. As mentioned before, USP 661 was enacted in 2016 and was targeted to be updated in 2020. During the 2019 timeframe, the FDA delayed USP 661 until December 1st, 2025, when 661 will be replaced and updated by USP 661.1 and .2. Ryan and I will provide information to the ramifications and the major changes of USP 661 in the upcoming discussion. As mentioned previously, the purpose of 661.1 is to increase the likelihood that a packaging system will be suitable for use by providing data about its materials of construction, whereas USP 661.2 is meant to establish that the package system as a whole is suitable for use. Please keep in mind that the performance specifications can be customized to the end use of the container or drug delivery device. I will now turn over the discussion to Ryan, who will provide more key information regarding these USP changes. Take it away, Ryan.
Thank you, Eric. This slide illustrates the 8 extractable elements being taken out of USP 661.1, although Avient will continue to test for these elements. USP 661.1 addresses elemental impurities by focusing on extractable elements, not total element content. Because elements from plastics become elemental impurities in drug products only if they leach or extract from the plastic packaging component or system. Thus, while knowledge of the presence and amount of an element in a plastic is useful information, the more relevant information from the perspective of elemental impurities is knowledge of the element's leaching characteristics and potential. USP 661.1 and 661.2 are dropping the early USP 661 heavy metal testing requirements because this is being picked up and addressed by USP 232, which is essentially equivalent to the global ICH Q3D guideline. Avient will continue to test these metals per the earlier USP 661 and complying to USP 232 ICH Q3D. This slide illustrates the differences in analytical testing methods for determining compliance of the various parts of USP 661. The stringent testing of USP 661.1 will require consistent and controlled materials being used in the pharmaceutical packaging market, especially with ICP being a very sensitive type test. This slide gives a brief overview of the various testing parameters of USP 661.1. The overall objective of USP 661.1 is to establish with a degree of confidence whether potential material candidates could adversely affect the quality and safety of the pharmaceutical products. While USP 661.1 characterization establishes the composition or characteristics of the material and thus aids decision-making about whether the material is an appropriate candidate for use in a packaging system, there is no guarantee that the plastic systems constructed from the materials meeting USP 661.1 specifications will be suitable for their intended use. The actual qualification of the material occurs when the entire system is qualified for use, in a particular application via 661.2 testing. Going forward, the materials that are food contact will not be considered sufficient enough, as much more stringent testing is required. Avient currently only declares USP 661.1 when applicable and requested, not USP 661. The purpose of USP 661.1 is to increase the likelihood that a packaging system will be suitable for use by providing data about its materials of construction, whereas the purpose of 661.2 is to establish that the packaging system is suitable for use. The new changes will only affect packaging systems which have not yet gained regulatory approval for use with a to-be-marketed pharmaceutical product. If the packaging system is currently used with a pharmaceutical product that is currently on the market, it does not require testing to the new requirements. However, in case of modifications, to reiterate, if a new material has been introduced or if a material has been changed, then the packaging system will have to be retested. If the packaging system is changed in a way that does not alter its materials, then it does not need testing. So what does this mean to you? Ensuring packaging materials are compliant and thoroughly tested to reduce any risk, understand potential impacts of supply chain on quality and product consistency, maintain change control of packaging material formulations to avoid irregularities, and confirm you have the proper global regulatory support for any existing or future products. At Avient, our MevaPure line can help address these challenges for you. Let's introduce you to our product offerings that can help ensure the new USP 661.1 compliance. What are MevaPure HC colorants? MevaPure is the trademark name of Avient's healthcare colorants and additive systems used in pharmaceutical packaging along with healthcare type applications. These are consistent and controlled raw materials that have been pre-tested to medical and pharma standards to help reduce risk along with shortening the development cycle. These consist of master batches in pellet and liquid form that could contain colorants and/or additives. These solutions are available globally and have documented change control to mitigate risk. These are the typical questions our sales and design team will be asking to ensure we design the proper solution based upon your requirements. The type of polymer being used, processing temperatures, the transparency level or opacity level required, the thickness of the part, the application, for example, if it has UV exposure or the material is sensitive to UV, costs, and regulatory compliance such as REACH, RoHS, ISO 10993, etc. When we talked about extractable metals a few slides ago, here's an example of where the MevaPure product line can assist in addressing these challenges. The graph on the right shows a liquid MevaPure product versus a competitor and how the extractable profiles can differ based upon the raw materials used. Could the higher absorbance extraction in the competitor product impact the material it's holding inside the container? Avient's pre-tested raw materials is designed to mitigate this risk as much as possible. And now I'll turn it back over to Eric to discuss Avient. Take it away, Eric.
Thank you, Ryan. Today, Avient serves over 16,000 customers and over 3/4 of our products are customized. So we have to iterate fast and often. Our global footprint on the right shows that we're well positioned to work with OEMs and converters across the world. Not only are we manufacturing globally, but we can supply consistent materials across all regions shown here. Here are a few stats that will also help provide context. We have over 8,400 employees, over 35,000 formulations, and our 2020 sales are estimated at just shy of the 4 billion mark. In addition, we now have over 115 facilities in over 30 countries. Thank all of you for your time and attention today regarding the ever-changing USP 661 regulations. Without question, Avient is well positioned and prepared for these upcoming modifications to USP 661.1 and 661.2. I would like to thank the Avient healthcare team as well as our first-in-class global regulatory organization. With this, Ryan and I are available to address questions you may have for us.